My name is Sam Traina, Traina. I assume you know how to spell Sam, and my title is the Vice Chancellor for Research. So we have to preface it by basically saying that we're a very young campus. We've operated essentially from ground zero, where we started in 2005, and we put a bunch of procedures in place that were really tactical at best. They were designed to just get proposals out the door so we could start to do the minimum process of managing a contracts and grants portfolio. But we knew that our procedures were not scalable and that we lacked efficiency. So we invited Encura into the campus to do a formal peer review of our procedures. And they looked at, we started this off by giving Encura a set of questions, things that we wanted them to comment on. And they looked at our operations across campus, so not just Office of Research, but what was happening in the schools and other administrative units at the university around the contracts and grants portfolio and the process. And they interviewed a large number of faculty and staff on campus, and at the end of the day gave us a very comprehensive report that had a significant number of recommendations for process improvement and changes on this campus. That was invaluable to us because it gave us, first, it gave us an outside view. And it's easy when you're embedded in something to kind of not see the forest for the trees, and we were busy staring at the trees. So having an external group look at what we did helped expose the forest to us. The second aspect, though, as I mentioned before, we knew we needed to do some changes, and we had a general idea of what changes should be made. And the Encura review team came up with additional changes. They clarified some of our thinking, but I think most appropriately it validated our overall assumptions of where we were. And that provided a tremendous amount of empowerment as we worked with user groups across campus to build a more efficient and cost-effective set of procedures that actually provide more service than we were doing prior to this review process. The second thing that the review process did, which is really powerful for us, is to provide some ammunition to use in the budget process. So it would have been much less fruitful if I had simply gone in and said, I have a big idea, give me money and I will fix everything. It's much more valuable to say, here's an external review team. They've looked at where we are. We've spent several months post-review and redesigning our procedures. We have concurrence of the deans and the faculty. This is where we want to go. Now we need the funds to enable this. But none of it would have happened without that initial investigation of the review team. So very powerful for us. Well, the changes are going well. It's an ongoing process. I think it's going to take about 2 years for us to fully implement all the changes that we have embarked on. It takes time for people to learn new roles and responsibilities, and while we have designed with a broad brush where we're going, there's a lot of nuances that have to be worked out, a lot of subtle aspects to it. But the staff are rising to the occasion. I think they feel very empowered by having the opportunity to design this process in a way that is logical to them and to the stakeholders around campus. The faculty are waiting to see. My sense is that they are happy that we're doing something. We'll have a better sense in about the next 3 months or so as we really start to implement all the changes that we have already initiated. But this is going to be an ongoing process. It's really kind of a continuous improvement model that we've adopted. Most importantly, we've created what we call a contracts and grants ecosystem. and made the stakeholders the center part of that ecosystem so that it will continuously adapt as their needs change. I'd recommend to others to seriously think about bringing in a group like NCURT to look at your processes and procedures. It's a very, very valuable activity.